friends, this is Gosha from Cosmic Agency. I'm very happy to be here with you because I am finally able to present to you the first episode of the long series, I think the longest one I've ever done, Interstellar Life. It's gonna be about 16 different videos distributed in different way. It's not gonna be straight 16 videos. About different aspects of interstellar life. So the first video, this one here, is going to be about Toleka, everything I have accumulated throughout the years about Toleka, but other videos will be also about other aspects of interstellar life. So different things will be presented here in this series. In this one, it's mainly Aneeka of Temer speaking, but there are also fragments from Svaru of Vera, Yazhi, and also, during the video, I will present the part where Athena Svaru will share, for the first time they are sharing, a CGI made of Toleka. This is a very detailed CGI picture that took her a very long time to prepare, and it was May 2022. So it was last year that she sent that picture to us, and it's the first time I am presenting it to you. I want to thank Athena for taking the time and preparing this image. But that's going to be a bit later on in the video. So enjoy it, and until very soon.
Originally in Spanish, between 2020-2021.
What else would you like to tell us about your ship?
Everything as much as possible. I feel we would give you a better understanding of how we live, even the Yazhi tree. The problem is that I feel that the public will take it as a sci-fi movie ship, like from Alien or Warlocks. But we know Hollywood does that to discredit and control designs. 9 Toleka heavy cruiser and 9 City Claudia class ships were built, which are the same but 1/3 their size. Mini Tolekas, classified as light cruiser, equal but smaller. It is said that we would be better off in one of those, but the problem is that we already got the Toleka, and we need the big flight deck for fighter craft. The ones that concerns us then are the Tolekas. 9 ships, all the same with a few exceptions, although inside they differ because they're modular. That is, the hull opens up and prefabricated blocks of mini decks come out at the front and middle of the ship to accommodate different interiors depending on their mission. The Toleka class is named in keeping with the tradition, which is also observed on Earth, of naming the class of ships after their first build of that class. So the SS Toleka is the first one built in the year 1935 Earth reference, and the SS Ventra is the latest and most recent one built and delivered to active service in the year of 2014 Earth reference. Very new. They're virtually the same with a few improvements. They can only be distinguished by the license plate in the case of the Ventra and the Toleka, because the Toleka's nose is red and the Ventra's is yellow.
What does SS stand for? I can't remember.
It's an acronym in English that we use because we're talking with the Earth. It's SS equals Starship.
Since when is this ship in orbit? Since 1952?
Not exactly. It has been there, then it leaves for many years and others come. Then this one comes back. The Toleka was here in 1939 to 45, then left and subsequently returned in 1951-1952. From there to 1975 with the Mayer thing. All of Mayer's contact came out of the ship. Then it left and returned around 2009. Since then, it has been here more or less constantly. outside, the craft looks like this one, just similar. Up front, it has a stinger. On ours, it's full of cameras and sensors. Some cameras have lenses 2 meters in size and are looking down. This ship is 1,734 meters long, and she is designed to support a crew of 1,800 people. Her serial number is TPT-001, Taygeta Pleiades Temur 001. The Toleka is considered the flagship of Taygeta fleet and the Queen's yacht. She's owned by Her Majesty Alanim I of Temur. On the outside, she's charcoal black in color. Taygeta's larger ships carry the Taygeta's emblem and the Federation logo, but this one does not carry the Federation logo, as the Toleka is the Queen's yacht and has a crown instead. About the difference between a Taygetan ship, Alcyone class, and Toleka class. An Alcyone class is twice the size of a Toleka class. It's like a battleship. It was built for one purpose only, to dominate a battlefield. A Toleka class, on the other hand, is multi-purpose, with modular decks easily replaceable depending on the mission. An Alcyone is only good for one thing, as a hammer to strike. I'm in a Toleka.
The problem is that this ship is from an online collection of warlocks, whatever that is, I don't know. But yes, it's the most similar to the Toleka. Except that this ship has too much stuff on the outside, and the Toleka is longer, with smoother lines.
Yes, it is similar. And why is that a problem?
Because it looks a lot like the Toleka. So it looks like they ripped off the design from warlocks. But as you know, it's always the other way around.
Do you have a recreation room inside the ship?
Yes, the piano room is downstairs and it's a big room. We always have parties there, and when there are no parties, it is very quiet and lonely there. It's all the way to the front of the ship and all the way down as well, the last deck with a view outside. The room is half a circle with large rectangular windows. The whole wall is a window and about 8 meters high. It's an observation room. In the center of the half circle is a piano. It's a 1900 Steinway & Sons piano rescued by tractor beam from a collapsing building in London in 1940 during the Nazi bombardings. It's a full grand, it looks like new. Here only Yazhi plays it, and she plays it very well, and tremendously complicated things like Chopin. This room has armchairs around the windows to sit and watch outside. Honestly, it makes me dizzy. Looking to the front, bottom left, you see the Earth. That is, the ship is not rotating or orbiting the Earth directly below, but rather on the port or left side of the ship. So for us below is not down towards the Earth, but the Earth is passing on the left side of the ship. On the right or starboard side, you see space, stationary ships, and the moon. It is the same side as my bedroom. I open the window and I see the Earth passing by, but not below, but as if my window was looking straight down to the Earth. But since for me that is not below, but below is my floor, it makes me quite dizzy. Above that room there is another large room of the same size, directly above, also with windows like that. It is the operating room. The windows are about 8 meters high, that is why it is an observation room. And to see in real time or live something happening outside without losing control over the ship, since it has duplicate bridge and navigation and CIC controls from there. Below ahead is the observation room with the piano. Above this room is the operations room. Then in that sector around and behind these two large rooms, there is the living area where the private quarters and bedrooms are located. Where the rooms end, towards the back, there is the main dining room and the windowless kitchens. Towards the back, finishing off this living area, begins a green area with some trees, a pond with fish, otters, and ornamental plants. This deck has two huge circular windows, one on each side of the ship, and this area goes from side to side of the ship. It has small climate generators, as well as solar radiation lamps that emulate the passage of the sun and a day inside, night and all controlled by computer. There's even a swamp with frogs and toads. Above this deck, there's the gym, and to the rear, past this area, there is a pool with a window to the outside. On one side, you can see the space outside as you swim. To the rear of this area were the cadet quarters, but they were removed to make room for two aquatic spas and two other exercise pools with gyms, and another area behind the recreation area with what is used or known as a deck, where you can have computer-generated experiences or total immersion games, although personally, this can also be done from the private quarters. Finishing this area, there is a small hangar or service hangar, which is on the sides of the ship where huge rectangular doors open to dock with another large ship to transfer things, supplies, and provisions. There is machinery in such as forklifts and cranes, and it is the shuttle area, where there are some small, long ones similar to those used in Star Trek. They open at the back or to the sides, and it is also the area of the discs, which are also shuttles, where the Class 2 and Class 3 discoidal ships are kept. At the aft end of this deck are the water processing tanks. Up above all this are the maintenance deck with gravity generators. Back in the middle area, there is a reactor control room and the full zero-point reactors. On top of all this, there are more engineering decks, electrical system passages, air and life support systems. And on top of all of this together, from front to back, there's the traditional agriculture and aquaponics deck. Around this area in its perimeter, there is a long and wide corridor that is for maintenance machinery, and it is the perimeter corridor that is a circuit around the agriculture area that is the one that we use for bicycles. Since now in the agriculture area, there is only one corner with plants. The rest we use for other things that have to do with maintaining morale, like the bike track. Directly above, there is the main hangar, and it is the largest free area of the ship, and it is where the larger fighter ships are parked. There are also their maintenance areas, where the services, crane systems, and facilities to keep them running. Above this area, there is another upper service deck with more artificial gravity generation systems and the hull. And outside to the rear, there is a solid structure bridge narrower than the rest of the hull, and this area contains the capacitors for the engines. Behind this area, there is the engineering craft module and engines, 4 main, 4 backup, and maneuvering. The hangar is large, almost 800 usable meters. It's like an aircraft carrier, but it covers its flight deck. It doesn't have it exposed. And there are actually 2 hangars there. The big one for fighter craft and the service hangar down the back next to reactors. The Toleka hangar looks pretty much the same as this. Even more similar, down to the shape of the roof.
Wow. And the light, is it similar?
There are various kinds of light. Yes, it looks like that. That one is almost identical to the Toleka inside. Notice the circles with crosses on the floor. That is to tie ships down so they don't move. Aircraft carriers have them too. The shape of the hangar roof here is like in the previous two, pyramid-shaped. Directly forward, in front of the ship, especially in front of the hangar area, there are the main water tanks, to the front, to serve as an extra radiation shield for the rest of the ship. And just in front, there is another large two-story room, which is the command bridge, on the upper floor, and the navigation and CIC room on the lower floor. It is from here that the ship is operated. Below these areas, there is a distribution or walk-through area that is large, with a lot of two-story design. It reminds me of an Earth mall or shopping center. It has transparent roofs and sides in places. At the front of that, there's a nearly 200-meter long antenna, filled with advanced optical cameras and sensors of all kinds. On the sides of the ship, in the middle, there's a series of 24 discoidal ships, 12 on each side as if embedded in the hull, and behind the rectangular doors that protect them. These are the life-saving escape ships.
The Toleka, the ship, has a boom or a long, thick antenna at the front with many sensors of all kinds. Among them, they have cameras with some lenses over 2 meters in diameter that can read a newspaper from above and more. That's the eye in the sky. It's the eye of Horus.
From here, through sensors, we learn about aircraft traffic, human and non-human aircraft on Earth, and flying high and low orbit atmosphere. The problem is that all Europe, among other places, is an area of very high traffic of all kinds of ships, including regressive ships. It is not easy even for us to see what each one is doing. This is basically what the Toleka looks like inside. 1,734 meters of ship length.
Thank you. And what color is it on the inside?
The ships are mostly very light gray inside or white. The corridors have black or dark gray non-skid flooring. However, as decorations, the ships have motifs in a color that represent each ship. So inside, they will have details in that color. This ship has motifs or details in red, while another one that is parked to our right has the same details, but in blue. I'm referring to details such as interior stripes, door frames, armchairs, kitchen area tables, etc. However, the bridge area is much larger on a ship like this than on the one depicting the Enterprise from Star Trek. The use of round tables is also widespread here because of the equality of position involved.
So the dining room is similar as well?
Yes, but in the movie Passengers, it looks bigger than ours here. Also, we have chairs that are kind of more wraparound, like in some lounges.
And the gym looks like something like that?
That's from the movie The Martian, yes. Except we don't have a curved floor because we don't use centrifugal force to generate artificial gravity. The windows in the gym are also rectangular with rounded corners, and the equipment is already there. It doesn't come out of anywhere. But we also usually have equipment in our bedrooms. Like I have a running machine here behind me to my right.
Does the green area look like this?
Yes, very similar, and in the first image, also from passengers. I highly recommend watching that movie. It also addresses some of the psychological problems of living on a big ship for a very long time.
And how do you decorate the ship?
It is characterized by not having much interior decoration, as seen here in this picture as a typical corridor. There is nowhere to decorate, only in the central areas, like that one that reminds me of a shopping mall.
And the walls? What color are they?
Like in the hallway, light gray with white or titanium steel metal color. A lot of white too. As you can see, the atmosphere can be very sordid.
Curves in hallways, the edges, are they rounded or squared? There is no one shape. Depends on the place inside the starship. But the most common shape for a passageway is this one in the image. There are very few right angles inside. That is, where the ceiling meets a wall, it will be curved, and almost never a 90 degrees angle.
And each crew member has a room? Like a hotel room here on Earth?
Yes, each crew member has his or her own room that at minimum consists of a window whose frame serves as a bed with audio, air and communication controls surrounded, a computer terminal, and a full private bathroom. More technological. The room is decorated according to the taste and needs of each crew member. There are also larger rooms or cabins for a couple or for people who need more space, which even include a private study and a larger bathroom, all decorated with great care and not so technologically.
And to get an idea, your cabin, for example, what's it like? Like an apartment on the ship?
It's similar to all the other large official cabins, not the small crew cabins. I just took it because it's closer to the elevator, the bridge and CIC, and closer to other people I'm very close to. It's officers' quarters, large, like a mini apartment.
Close to the elevator.
Yes, about 10 meters away. Why?
It's well thought out, but remember, it's good to walk.
Yes, but a lot of times I have to get to the bridge or CIC in a hurry. Also, it's on the port side of the ship and not on the starboard side. So as the ship rotates clockwise around the Earth, I have a view looking down. On the other side, I would only see stars and the moon in the distance.
That's nice. Views of the Earth. Why in a hurry?
Because emergencies come up all the time. All kinds.
In the big cabins, are there rooms or is it all open plan?
I don't understand open plan.
Open plan is without walls. All your room is open.
There are walls. It is a large room containing bedroom and small living room with window to outside and a study. Upstairs 4 steps to the front door and another room with another living room. And at the end of the big bathroom, complete with everything, and a walk-in closet almost as big as the bathroom itself.
And you have a big window that is floor to the ceiling high?
But with the bar in the center. Pillar, not bar.
Wow.
There are 2 windows. It is structural. But a Toleka officer's cabins are bigger.
And can the window be lowered like in this picture? Or is there some kind of holographic mechanism that obscures the glass?
Yes, it can be lowered, like in the picture.
Wow. Would the lighting environment be similar to these images? Or would you have more light? How does the lighting work in the cabins?
You control how much light.
And the decoration? Can you decorate it any way you want?
It is difficult to decorate because the walls, bulkheads, open up and are the containers for your things.
Could you put 2 apartments together
No, the bulkheads are structural.
How do you access your room? What's the entrance like? And do you need a code to get in, or is that not necessary?
No need. You enter through a door that slides to one side. It's pneumatic, but you can close it, or leave it programmed for a cat to enter if it wants to. It opens and closes after the cat goes through, as happened just a moment ago here. My cat Calico came in. The door opened, she came in, it closed again, and now she's bathing with her tongue at the window, looking down. She wants me to open the half-open curtain. Cats know how to be very cosmic. They adapt very well to life on a ship. If you don't open a door, they even jump towards the sensor.
Does each cabin have a garden?
No, the gardens are separate.
Gosha says you have a swimming pool there. How deep is it? Is it very deep?
Yes, there is a big pool. It goes from 1 meter to 3 meters deep, with a window to space.
Wow, it is very nice. And how long and wide is it? To get an idea.
20 meters long by 10 meters wide, more or less. Not super big, but decent.
And the water's warm?
Yes, that's from the movie Passengers. It's the best example of what one of these ships looks like inside, except that in our pool, the window is rectangular with rounded corners.
That's nice. Do you see that from the pool?
Yes, like in the movie. One part of the pool is transparent and faces outside. That's why that movie is the best one that has the ship interior most like this one.
And is that similar to your ship? This image?
Yes, in essence. Not the same. The pool on the outside in Passengers. It's not like that here. The window is flat.
It must be amazing.
After being here for 5 years, you take things for granted.
Is anyone there in the pool?
I can't tell. I don't babysit them so they don't drown. But it is used. The girls are not allowed to go there without adults. Drowning in the pool because the ship lost artificial gravity, that's feasible.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. It happened to you once. I remember you were levitated with the cats and everything fell all of the sudden.
On the Ventra, against a relay box. Yep, that ship is prone to lose gravity. I got hurt in 2 places. I cracked my head open.
And the cats wiggled their little paws in the air.
Yes, but that was another time.
But in the whole ship or just in one part?
No, the Ventra was losing gravity in sectors. Anyway, a big ship has multiple systems.
And it has never been known why.
No.
That's serious.
But today they replaced almost all the gravity generators on the Ventra.
Operational deck. Operational deck. Typical flight control panel. Suzy class, rectangular control panels, slightly inclined towards the sitting person. Bright glass black surface when off. 4 square buttons on the edges of the console, never in the middle. When the console is on, the glass black surface will produce the controls and the data, all the images necessary according to what's needed at each moment. And a manipulable hologram with more controls can also appear over it at will and at need of the operator. There is nothing like this in the web, only crude approximations. The best and closest by far. like this, only a bit inclined towards the operator. And besides this, a hologram may appear over to manipulate things in 3D. Similar size and layouts for main control deck Toleka class. Congruent for smaller fighter class starships.
The main area of the bridge looks like the one you sent me, with everything and the main chair in the center. But that's not the end of the bridge, because it has a second floor below and around that area, where many people of the crew work, and it is full of computer and control terminals with their holographic screens around them. They're not only screens like the ones of a computer on Earth, flat for example, but a rectangle comes out from behind the board where a person is sitting and activates an image or hologram, with the data projected on that image. It has high definition and is three-dimensional, not flat. In the same way, we take the concept of interactive touchscreen even further, since we can take the elements of the screen with our fingers and move them as needed. They have tactile grasping sensation, or they can also be moved with a mind-computer interface. The movie Passengers, I highly recommend it again, is the one that most resembles the Toleka inside, more than the Star Trek ones, but not outside, only inside, especially the central atrium, which the Star Trek ships don't have.
Even the immersion chambers are similar?
Yes, they are similar, even the color, but the med pod is not, only in part.
And how do you see the Earth from there? Flat or round? Just kidding.
I have no reason to lie, and I only have to open my window on my left to see that it is round.
Don't even think about opening the window.
Nothing will happen if I open the window, because what keeps the ship pressurized is not the window or the hull. That's secondary. The primary pressurization comes from the shields.
Wow, that's true. In the Toleka hangar, I think the same thing happens where the ships come in, no?
Yes, exactly. The Toleka has large movable panels on the sides of the hangar. They open, and the outside space is free for entry and exit. But the shields keep the air in and the pressurization normal at 1.2 bar. Uniforms and logos. There are many designs for uniforms for men and women, but I will concentrate on the current ones in use. For men and women, one-piece jumpsuit, carbon or coal black, with thin color lines longitudinally on the legs and arms and around the neck and in front where the zipper would be. Color means rank. White for crew. Blue for flight deck crew, bridge. red for Hashmalim's synonyms, Spec Ops female team. Copper for high-ranking individuals such as command and control. Gold, silver for the Queen. Best description for women using web images, sometimes wearing a medium-length skirt over it, also black. Men using trousers with many pockets on them, black or brown mostly, over the suit. Queen, black suit, gold lining, gold armor over the chest and back, engraved shape of her body. Long red cape with gold pin. Inclined half skirt in black over black one-piece suit. 4 centimeter wide utility belt with a golden crown on a silver background in the buckle. Black boots, medium height heels, all the way up to half her calf. Aneeka's uniform, black one-piece jumpsuit, copper lining, inclined half skirt, black in color over the suit, black long cape, silver pin, black boots, medium heel. Svaru adult's uniform, black one-piece suit, black lining, bright polished black armor over chest and back, engraved body shape, black long cape, black pin, black boots with medium heels. Svaru's uniform, adult and child. One-piece navy blue jumpsuit, Susie Angel emblems on the side and in front, black lining, black boots. This for flight gear. Svaru child's uniform, one-piece black jumpsuit, copper lining or black lining, one-piece jumpsuit, navy blue, black lining. Logos. Left shoulder logo, flight emblem of the ship, usually a human figure, male or female with wings, sword, and armor. Right shoulder logo, round emblem with a hologram of the Pleiades star system in it. Constant usage of wings as emblems of Taygeta Pleiades in all forms. 2 wings.
What are your outfits like?
Here we accentuate the figure. Our flight uniform is now black with a thin electric blue stripe.
What color would the suit be now? Are there any symbols? Is there a belt?
They are black with a thin blue stripe now. Hologram symbol on the shoulders with the Pleiades, the 9 stars as constellation and 45. Also the symbol and name of the ship to which we are assigned, and in front, a Federation pin, which is also an intercom. The suits are special, they serve many functions. If you're cold or you're in an Arctic polar place, they keep you at an ideal temperature. The same in a desert, they keep you at a desirable temperature. They are fireproof and armor-proof, both kinetic and kinetic, stopping 50mm caliber bullets fired against armor, and absorb laser impacts or plasma or sound or electromagnetic weapons.
9 stars on each shoulder in the shape of the Pleiades?
Yes, realistic photo, and it's a hologram, not a drawing. although sometimes embroidery is used.
What kind of shoes do you wear with those outfits? If they are boots, what color and how high do they go? And also, if you wear any gloves.
We use gloves of the same color, same properties. The boots are also the same color and properties, black with light beige soles. But we don't always wear the uniforms. We also wear a lot of nice things even here. Normal blouses and dresses. It's already classic of Zveru to be flying on some difficult mission with nice little dress and jewelry, and not wearing the special outfit. Typical of her.
Inside the combat ships, the dresses are of terrestrial manufacture?
Earth dresses are replicated. A photo is enough, and we pass them to the replicating machines. They're like 3D printers, but more advanced, because they print any material or composite materials.
Well, I hope you are enjoying the video. Now, this is the part where I will share a fragment of the conversation with Athena Zveru. It was from May 2022, and she's sharing here for the first time her work that she has been doing on the Toleka CGI. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in the next video.
May 2022. Toleka at neurotic precision, as it is.
Wow, I have goosebumps.
Mathematically correct proportions made with precision.
What a gift.
Thank you. It took weeks of work to generate every detail.
Even with the royal crown.
Yes, there it goes. HMS, Her Majesty's ship. Starship Toleka. What a piece.
Yeah, you've done a lot of work. It's a real stunner. And I really like that black color.
It's her color, coal black. The tail rudder alone took me 2 hours to give it the right shape. Thank you, Athena. I really like the design, how it flows. It has a lot of precision and harmony. You can tell it was designed with love. Thank you, Gosha. It's taken from the plans of the ship itself, but it was hard work to turn it into a CGI image. And getting the shapes right was a nightmare, plus the rounded parts. Notice the navigation lights. Green on the right, red on the left. That's used in space too, not just on Earth, because there is no shortage of people who will see that and complain. But it is the truth, and if it were not like that, I would not put it there, because that detail is a window for criticism. But that's how it is. What can we do? One detail is missing. The side shields of the maneuvering engines in the rear view. I will add them as soon as I can and pass the image back. Something is always missing. 2 rows of large windows there. The top one is the bridge. The bottom one is the CIC deck. The piano is all the way down to the front, the big windows. Above that level, also with large windows, is the boardroom. The piano is at the front all the way down. Last row of large windows, just above one of the large windows, like a pestle or nail down.
And that gray circle is where the Saska docks?
No, the gray circle is a huge window, and inside there is the green part. This is the big gray circle, that window. Where the Saska docks is the gray rectangle on the sides, at the same level as the round gray window.
Awesome. And it goes from side to side of the ship?
It goes from side to side, yes. That big rectangle is a huge sliding door, and it opens to the service hangar.
And the ships enter through the window where the Saska docks?
Small ships, yes, like shuttles or ships disguised as airplanes come out of there. The big fighter ships come out of the main hangar upstairs, the level where the crown is.
The length of this ship is from the front antenna to the engines, right?
1734 is the hull, without the front sensor antenna. With the antenna, it is about 2,000 meters.
That would be from the bridge to the engine nozzles, right?
Yes, to the tail rudder. That's the farthest back.
Okay, it looks like it has like 2 rudders, right?
Yes, it is a rudder like a ship's rudder. It is another option to guide the flow of the maneuvering engines, which are those 4 in that row. Yes, they are 2 rudders. They are also used to reverse the flow, like for braking, although we usually maneuver using the gravitational ones. But it's one more option if they get damaged, remembering that this ship was built as a warship. It has redundant systems. Information provided by Aneeka, updated by Yazhi. Toleka, specifications. Name, Toleka. Number, TPT-001. Class, Toleka First. Construction year calculated, 1935. Construction site, Temer, Taygeta, M45 Pleiades. Ship's emblem, mascot, nose art. White-haired woman with golden and silver armor red cape on a royal crowned background. Sister ships, same class, 8. Ship type classification, heavy cruiser. Ship type use and equipment, flagship of the fleet, Queen's Yacht. Ship internal equipment layout, science multipurpose and luxury installations. Crew accommodations, original, 1800. Crew accommodations, current, around 30. Several hundreds of empty crew rooms, each equipped with its own private bathroom. It no longer holds 1800 because many areas that were for the crew before today have special installations like a pool and gymnasiums. Hull length 1734 meters. Hull length with frontal sensor boom 2023 meters. Hull width 140 meters. Hull height 120 meters. Main hangar length 1156 meters. Mass weight approximate 2 million metric tons plus. Power 4 crystal core spherical 0-point reactors. Engines 8 plus 2 frontal counter-rotating plasma turbines. Another 4 plasma jet turbine ones for sublight maneuvers, so that's 12 engines plus 2 in the front. Main propulsion, full immersion magnetic toroid. Secondary propulsion, plasma jet, 7.5 TeV by 4 plus 4 classified. Control for maneuvers, gravity cancellation, manipulation, multiple sphere nodes. Hull composition, polymorphic metal superalloy. Hull color, coal flat black. Internal structure layout, modular. Range, unlimited. Agricultural deck, yes. It's mostly a forest now, quite wild, but in some places the Hashmalim and the Shinonim have training installations. And furthest aft, there are some active plantations, mostly lemon, avocado, tomatoes, and a full vegetable garden. Aquaponics deck active. Internal control. Ship wide full capacity artificial intelligence. Atmospheric flight capacity? Yes. Armament? Yes. Current orbital height, low orbit, exact altitude classified. Orbital speed, 1 orbit every 180 minutes. Exact data classified. Orbital time differential, temporal slip, in the vicinity of 7 minutes 30 seconds.